Okay, go. Whenever you're ready.
Welcome to another episode of Rebel Access. I'm your host, Christina. Tonight I am at the House of Blues with the band Lizzy Borden.
I'm Lizzie from Lizzy Borden, heavy metal band for around 25 years. Playing Chicago once again.
Let's start with the name. How did you decide on the name Lizzy Borden? What is the meaning behind it?
Well, I've been doing this, I came up with it about 25 years ago, and that's usually the first question. So I think I've done it right. Because for some reason, it's always the first question. And I don't know, during the early 80s, we were trying to create a theatrical rock group, and the only bands that we had to emulate were Kiss and Alice Cooper and the Tubes and a couple other bands. But so, I realized I wanted to create a whole character for myself, and I needed a name, I needed a whole thing, and it's evolved over the years, doing coming into I create different characters for each record, so I give them a name too, so it's kind of a split personality through the whole thing. So, but the original Lizzy Borden character that's just popped into my head, and it was based on axe murderess in the 1800s.
How did Lizzy Borden form, and how long has your current lineup been together?
How did we form, or when did we form? Both? How? It was 1983, we decided to do it, and Joey Scott, the drummer, and I just put an ad out, and we got some players, and we did the first record, got new players, did the second record, got new players, and on and on and on and on. The current lineup we've had together for about 3 years now. It's Martin Anderson on bass, and he's been there for about 15 years actually. And our new guitarist is Ira Black, and we have another guitar player on this tour called Chris Sanders. So it's a pretty good lineup. It's been going great. This whole tour has been amazing.
How many releases has Lizzy Borden put out?
God, that one's going to be hard, because it's if you broke it down into all the compilations and the soundtracks and everything else, but I think we have 8 actual full-scale records. But we have best of, double live, and on and on. So I think it's about 8, but there's a whole bunch more.
What do you want the fans to know about your latest release?
Well, I mean, what they're finding out about it is, when we started to record it, we wanted to take the 25 years of experience and all the kind of things that we've gone through and the different kinds of records that we've done over the years, and mix it all and make it one record, because there was such a huge gap between the death of heavy metal and now the seemingly rise to it. So we wanted to make that one kind of a culmination of everything, and we did it. And we had guest stars like George Lynch and Dave Manichetti from Y&T and Corey from Trivium, and just a slew of guest stars on it. And what I want them to do is just listen to it and give it a fair shake. It's an epic record, but every song has a little thing, a spin on it. It's a theatrical record. It's not just about, it's called Appointment with Death. It's not just about death. It's about lots of different things. So, I mean, I don't know, you're going to have to just go in there and read the lyrics, and hopefully you'll get something out of it that maybe the person next to you didn't get. So that was what I was hoping for anyway.
Who were your musical influences growing up?
Tom Jones, and no, I mean, Kiss was the first band. That was the first band that I saw, and I just like, oh my God, that's something that I would be interested in. That's the job for me. So that was the one that did it for me. Alice Cooper, Kiss, and all the theatrical bands that came during that time, before and after, I kind of gravitated towards. Anybody that was doing something interesting on stage, that was what I wanted to see. So that the performers, really, David Bowie, the whole thing. It was all about the performers for me. That's what made me want to do this.
What song do you think gets the crowd going the most at your shows?
It's changed over the years. I mean, Me Against the World is our biggest song in the 80s, but we did a song called We Got the Power, which is on our Master of Disguise record. did that in '89, and we did the tour and everything was fine. Everything, you know. But we just played Sweden Rock and Bang Your Head Festival in Germany, and I threw that on at the last second because it's kind of a fun song, and it just exploded like it was our brand new hit single, and it went nuts, you know. So you never know what song. I just threw it on there for the hell of it, and it became the biggest. You know, the set was going crazy, everybody was going nuts, and then we Got the Power, and it went wow. So we've been finishing the shows every night with that song. So, but we have a new song called Tomorrow Never Comes, and it's up for Video of the Year on Headbangers Ball MTV2. And so if you go to MTV2 and you can vote for the songs. There's only like 15 or 20 bands, and Tomorrow Never Comes is one of those videos that we did. So that song is getting a great reaction every night too. We're actually playing like 4 songs off the new record every night. It's been amazing. It's like as if these are classic songs already, you know.
What is your favorite song to play live?
Well, we just added Under Your Skin, which was a video. We just did a new video for that song before we left for this tour. They're actually cutting it up right now, and it's really the best video we've ever done. Just watching it as we filmed it, some amazing things in it. And so we actually added it last night for the first night, and you know, it's kind of a dark song, so I really didn't know how the audience was going to react, but they went crazy for it. So it's currently my favorite song now.
What is a must-have for Lizzy Borden backstage?
Unfortunately, it's Jägermeister. Sad to say. But usually we do a shot, a band shot before we go on stage just to get things warmed up, especially in Chicago where it's freezing. But it's Jaeger's usually the main thing that we have every night that's the same. But, yeah.
What do you want to say to others aspiring musicians who want to be where you are today?
That's hard to say. I mean, you know, what I did, all the mistakes that I made, everyone has to find their own way, and that was my way. I went and had a lot of mistakes, and I had to make the mistakes in order to figure out which road to take. So I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say. I would just say try and find your own voice. You know, that's the hardest thing to do, because you're always influenced by somebody, and then you start going down that route, and then you start to be, sound like them, or be like them, or look like them, or whatever. And you'll never get anywhere that way. I mean, no one wants part 2 and part 3 of the same thing. So you want to try and find your own voice. So that would be that would be what I would say.
What do you see for the future for Lizzy Borden?
You know, we're loving the resurgence of this kind of music that we've played, you know, for 25 years. So, like I said, we just played Sweden in front of 15-year-olds with Motley Crue shirts on, you know. So it was such a great thing to see that whole excitement again, because it was so exciting for us to do it the first time in the early '80s. You know, we loved that whole thing, and then around '92 it kind of died, and we wandered aimlessly for a couple years. And now we're seeing it come back, and it's such a great thing, because now the older fans are mixing with the younger fans. And I saw that happen with Kiss recently, but now it's happening with us, and it's such a great thing. I love the whole thing, the excitement level. I mean, the crowds have been deafening every night. I wear in-ears, and I actually have to turn my thing down because the crowd's screaming so loud. And that's something we haven't heard for a while, because everyone kind of got complacent in music, in the 90s, and it was kind of a watching thing, not reacting thing. What we do is a reaction, and if we don't get that reaction, it doesn't work. The crowd is such a huge part of what we do. So we're getting that back now, and it's something that I've been hoping that was going to happen for a while, and now I'm happy to be part of it.
What would you like to say to all the fans watching here on Rebel Access?
Couple things. Go out and buy Appointment with Death, new Lizzy Borden record. Go vote for Tomorrow Never Comes on Headbangers Ball MTV2, and come and see the shows. I mean, we have 5 shows left of the U.S. tour, and then we go do a full European tour. And then we're coming back. We're doing some festivals here and some festivals there. So come and see the show. You're gonna love it.
I would like to thank you for coming on the show today.
Hello, suckers. This is Lizzy Borden, and you're watching Rebel Access.